Let me start by saying that I'm certainly sympathetic to some of the folks that came to testify in favor of this bill. I know that there was some testimony about individuals using our FOIA laws as an opportunity to harass or make the lives of various professors at our state higher education facilities more difficult. And certainly that should never happen. The thing is, I don't want to mix that with the bill that is in front of us. Because if people are actually harassing someone in some way that is threatening or significant, then we have laws for that. And if we don't, we should work on those laws. The bill before us, for me, has nothing to do with that. This is an entirely different concept. If you want to address people that are being abused or harassed by members of the public using the FOIA Act as a mechanism, that's another topic of discussion. This bill that is before us proposes to hide information from the people of Connecticut. And the thing that concerns me about that is specifically that it's information that they paid for. That's the main reason. That's the main thrust. I guess myself and the good chair of the Government Administration and Elections Committee just have an ideological difference. I think she made it clear that there should be no difference between a private institution and a public one. But I cannot say clearly enough that there is a difference. And that difference is incredibly important. The fact of the matter is that all the activities that are taking place at our public institutions of higher education are being paid for by the citizens of Connecticut, and they have a right to know what those things are, and they have the right to know what research is being done. They have a right to know whether or not research on medical, artistic, scientific, legal, or other scholarly issues are being done and what they are. It's just that simple for me. If you don't want to work in a place where your work could become a public record, then choose to work in a private institution. It's just that simple for me. We, as taxpayers in the state of Connecticut, spend an extraordinary amount of money on our institutions of publication, public education for higher learning. And as a result, we deserve something back. And I believe that clarity and transparency are the most important things. I come back year after year asking to serve on the Government Administration and Elections Committee for the express purpose that I think transparency in government is so critical. And to me, that's the place you do it from. You do it from the GAE committee, where we can actually invoke those types of policy discussions that will result in more transparency, so citizens can know exactly what their government is up to. And you've heard me many times in this chamber say that if there's a failure occurring in the way our system operates, the most beautiful system I think ever created of representative democracy, it is that the people are not paying as close enough attention. Well, we cannot add to that by actually hiding things from them and protecting things from them. There was testimony at our hearing from the Committee on the Connecticut Council on the Freedom of Information, and they agree with my comments completely. The notes in the OLR analysis say, Mr. Jeffrey Daniels, for example, co-chair, he said that since public institutions use public funds, they should always be subject to FOIA, and the taxpayers have a right to know how their money is being spent. And I just couldn't agree more. That's as simple as it goes. I encourage my colleagues to vote against this bill and not continue us on this track of allowing the government to continue to become more and more hidden from the people. America is founded on the notion that we are a government of, for, and by the people, and that the people have the power over what our government does. And that extends to our the way their money is spent. And it extends to public employees. It extends to every state agency. It extends to us in this body. They have a right to know what's going on. It is their government. It belongs to them. The institutions of higher education in this state that are paid for by tax dollars belong to them, and so does the research that is developed there. I encourage my colleagues to vote against this legislation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.